Hello everyone, welcome once again to this Looker Studio tutorial for beginners by SlideScope. In this tutorial we are discussing about creating bar and donut charts. So in the previous video we learned that how to create three cards like this, and we were discussing this particular chart as an example. So here you can see you have bar chart and donut chart here. So in donut chart we can display segment, in bar chart we can display subcategory wise sales. The data that we are selecting here or using here is sample superstore data. So as you can see we have a variable called sales. So in this variable sales, when you will select this, then you have some aggregate functions available, which is sum, average, count, median, standard deviation, variance, etc. So with every continuous numerical variable, we can apply these aggregate functions and create some charts or visuals. Now, we have various columns that are categorical columns. That means these columns have a definite or nominal number of values. For example, for almost 10,000 rows in this data, the total number of segments that we have is only 3: consumer, corporate and home office. That's why these type of columns are very important, and these type of columns are used most often for aggregation of data. So suppose you want to see total sales, or what is the total sales in each segment. A similar column is region here. So here in region also, if you will apply a filter and select, so in region also you will see we have only 4 regions: east, west, south and central. So in this case, this data belongs to USA particularly. So in this case also you might want to see what is average sales per region, or what is the maximum sales per region. So these type of things can be displayed with the help of pie chart, donut chart and bar charts in particular. Similarly, we have subcategory. When a product is bought, that product belongs to some subcategory, and again for almost 10,000 orders we have limited number of subcategories. So that's why you will see aggregation. You will see that your data is now aggregated in these subcategories because you have grouped the data by the name of these subcategories or category or region or segment and whatnot. So let's see how we can build a bar chart and donut chart like this. So for that we will again go to our Looker Studio, and first of all what I will do here is in my Looker Studio I will right click. So here in our working area we can right click and go to theme and layout. You can also customize your theme, but I am just selecting this theme so that I have a dark background. So that's it for theme, and now we will start creating more visuals. So in order to see segment wise sales, okay, segment is consumer segment, corporate segment and home office. So people who have bought these products are either from consumer or home office or corporate segment. So we have to see what is the breakup of segment wise sales, like which segment has more sales, which segment has less number of sales. So less overall or less more overall sales. So for that, the first thing, you can do it in two ways. So let's first select segment. So we have selected segment, and we can we can drag from segment to here, and when you will drag a field, So as per the field, it will create a table chart here. So by default, we discussed this in the first part also. It displays a table chart, and then it will give you a chart option here, and then we have selected a dimension. So you have to remember, because I have done this on various tools. So dimensions and measures, these are the two names that Tableau gives to its type of data. Dimensions are basically these strings and dates and categorical columns, and measures are all numerical columns. Even the aggregate measures are there, like when you sum it or when you aggregate it with some function. So that is also a measure. Here we have metrics in Looker Studio. So we will call dimensions in metrics. Dimensions are all these alphabets. So a beginner can remember it like, if you are seeing alphabets in your data, like every column here is a data, right? So every column is a data, and if you are seeing alphabets or alphanumeric values in your data, that means it will most probably go as a dimension. It will most probably be a dimension. And if you are just seeing numbers, whether whole numbers or decimal or float numbers, so this is our matrix, right? This is a measure. So although in different tools that we have different names, but uh, while working you will get hold of it. Like, you will understand how all different tools use them. So now what we can do here is, you don't have to add a dimension. That's why I'm saying, obviously if you want to build a table, you would add more dimensions, but we want to see for this segment, like for this segment we want to see a metric. What metric? Sales. So, and in particular sum of sales. So drag it here. So when you will drag this, you will see the data here. So it is showing you a total of this. So this is group by segment and sum of sales. That is, what is the sum of sales in each segment? We can go to style and increase the font size a little bit for this, so that you can see the output. Now we have this data, okay? So in your setup we have all of this, and now simply what we can do, whatever chart we want to show for this. So again, as per our this example, we want to show a donut chart here. So what we will do is go to chart and select our donut chart. Again, spelling of donut is different in different countries. This is a donut chart. It has automatically selected whatever colors are good for this background, and again we have discussed this earlier also. Here you can go to the style of this chart, and if you want to suppose change this color, so you have to go to the slice order. You can also show it in a single color because it is all representing sale. So in different shades of single color it will show the data, like in different shades of blue it will show the data. You can select slice order. In slice order, the segment which has most number of sales is this blue color. Then we have this cyan color, whatever you want to call it, and we have this pink color. So if you want to replace this pink color by anything else, let's say this yellow color, so you can do that. So this is how you can change your slice order. And now what you want to do is, with the help of these guidelines, I will change its height, and I will put a title to it. To put a title, we will copy this text. I will particularly copy this text, paste it here, and what is this representing? This is segment wise total sales. We can put a hyphen here to make it correct in spelling, and now we have this segment wise sales. Again, in a style you will see a lot more options to decorate your graph more, like you have label, you have this particular um, font family, this is percentage value. It was showing a percentage, like first let's see the percentage. So it was showing a percentage, like you can see 50.6% of sales is in consumer segment, in corporate it is 30.7%, and then in home office 18.7. so you can change it to value. Value will be your overall sum of sales. Okay, so it's up to you what you want to display over here. You can also choose label. So obviously the donut chart is self-explanatory, like which has more sales, and that's why we have this legend over here. But I will choose percentage here. So it is good to choose percentage in donut chart and pie chart in particular. So that's how we can do this, and that's how we have this chart. And now let's say again we will change its width so that we can put more graph here. And by the way, this is all interactive also. So if you will click on consumer, you will see data getting filtered. So now whatever data we are seeing is for consumer segment. You can click again on this visual, so then data will be now in its original format. Now similarly we want to show subcategory wise. Let's say we want to show subcategory wise profit. So this is segment wise total sales. And what I did in this video was I built two dashboards, one for sales and one for profit. In one dashboard I built sales by shipping mode, sales by subcategory, sales by segment, sales by state, and here also I am doing similar thing. So now what we will do is we will take segment wise total sales, and now we will see take subcategory wise total sales. So in the earlier case what we did is we took this variable and drag it here, right? So it will create a visual for us. This is one option. Let's go with other option. Here we will add a chart, and from here we'll select chart. So we will select a column chart or a bar chart. Now column chart comes in two orientations. One is this vertical and one is this uh, horizontal. So vertical has columns and horizontal has bars. So in this example we selected the vertical one. So we will select vertical because subcategories are 10 to 12 subcategories are there. Okay. So that's why we are selecting this, and by default it is showing us consumer. But what we can do is we can, instead of segment, we can choose a different column, subcategory, and then you can see automatically the other metric is sale. So if you want to change this, obviously you have option to change, but since this is a sales dashboard we are building, so we will leave it like this, and we will adjust the height so that it looks good. And now we will print something over here, like we will insert a text here, or we can simply copy. So first of all let's give heading to our chart over here, and just so this is subcategory wise sales. Let's drag it over here and paste. So this is subcategory wise sales. Let's adjust its position, segment wise sales. Now the headings are aligned. We can and this way we have displayed a bar chart and a donut chart in our report. Let's just give our overall report a heading. So this report is nothing but sales report. So this is overall sales report, where we are displaying everything related to sales. And then I will increase the font size to 36, and then I will align it. So this is our overall sales report, and you can see this is how Looker Studio can be used to build something like this. So we are breaking this tutorial into smaller sections so that everyone can complete these tasks and then move on. So now that's why we have discussed creating bar and a donut chart in this particular tutorial. In the next video we will learn about creating a map visual and a line chart. So stay tuned to this tutorial. See you in the next video.